Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about what masculine energy men want. For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video weekly. So in this video, I'm going to lay out 3 things that masculine energy men want. And as I always like to say, use common sense with these tips and tools that I share, right? This applies to a high quality, trustworthy, good person so we can really draw out that polarity and have that beautiful dance where we complement one another in relationship versus viewing this from sort of a power struggle or competitive mentality that always just comes back to get us in the end because it doesn't feel good and it just leaves us in that state of friction in which neither of us win. So let's go over 3 ways in which you can draw out the best in a masculine energy man. Number 1, respect. When I talk about respect, this can trigger people because sometimes our definition of that can vary from person to person. So when I'm talking about respect, what I'm saying is men need this to feel loved and to feel at home in relationship, right? This means that you respect his leadership, you respect his decision making. You're not sort of doing things for him or improving it or circling back and questioning everything. This is a beautiful way of drawing out the best components of who he is. One example I like to share that I use in my own life, because I've got my husband and then I have 2 boys that I'm raising, right? And I'll think to myself, am I treating my partner in a manner in which I want my sons to be treated someday, right? And if the answer is no, it serves as a really beautiful accountability where I'm being in integrity in my relationship and I'm holding myself accountable to doing the right thing, even when it feels scary or even when I want to grasp for control or certainty in some way. It allows me to let go and really trust that I'm going to be okay and that I can trust that higher masculine framework of God, source, universe, whatever that means to you. And I look at the masculine as something bigger than just my relationship, but how I interact with the world and how I fall into that sort of larger framework as a whole. Number 2. Men need to feel freedom, right? They don't want to feel restricted or like they've got to answer to someone or that they're being micromanaged. If men feel free, we really can draw out that higher masculine, that higher quality, those beautiful aspects and components of him that are unique to a masculine energy partner, to a masculine energy man. So we want to really allow him to walk through the door or not, but we're not doing things preemptively. We're not sort of mothering him or bringing in these energies that limit him and cause him to feel kind of smothered or restricted. This is when we sort of get like a more agitated or impatient version of him and we don't feel cherished, loved, or adored in any sense. And instead, we are inviting in that trust again, as I've talked about, and letting go of what we can't control so he feels free to choose you, to choose the relationship. And this is really the only way that a woman or the feminine energy partner is going to feel fully safe and at home in the dynamic. Number 3, emotional and physical connection through authentic polarity. So if we have 2 of the same people, who are both in their masculine energy space, for example, that attraction is going to feel just really diminished over time because there's no polarity. There's no sort of complement. There's no yin to the yang type of thing. And so through this polarity, by connecting to your femininity, by connecting to your beingness, by celebrating the mundane, by finding beauty in everyday types of things, really reconnecting to the simplicity that lives inside of you, you start to draw out a forward thinking and a higher vision within the masculine partner. And so this becomes a really beautiful dance over time that you can embrace. And you'll notice that you will feel so much brighter and so much happier and lighter in this space because really Our subconscious does crave this kind of simplicity and this kind of connection to life and this kind of celebration to the mundane. And so as we hold space for this, we begin to trust in not only the masculine energy partner more, but really in life as a whole. We begin to delight in the things that we dismissed or couldn't see before and just interact with the world in a completely different way. So I invite you to try these 3 ways of really being, so you can authentically draw out the best in the masculine and really understand what masculine energy men want and need at the end of the day by holding the relationship you have with yourself in a higher regard and at a more sacred level. If this video is interesting to you, I invite you to check out my website, and I have some meditations there where you can really just practice sinking into your feminine energy and accessing this space that I've talked so much about. I will add the link below, and I'll see you all next week. Have a beautiful day.